Experience is a good teacher, but she sends in terrific bills. It is not by chance, but by design, that the sorrows we experience throughout our lives are countered by equal servings of joy. One offsets the other, and we are strengthened by their combination. Our longing for only life's joys is human, also folly. Joy would become insipid if it were our steady diet. Joyful times serve us well as respites from our trying situations that push our growth and development as women. Laughter softens the cutting edges of the lessons we seek or are cornered by. It offers perspective when the outlook is bleak. And for those of us who are recovering, wallowing in the bleaker times used to be acceptable behavior, but no more. The reality is that each day will present both occasions for anguish and one's inviting easy laughter. Both are valuable. Neither should dominate. Joy and sorrow are analogous to the ebb and flow of the ocean tide. They are natural rhythms, and we are mellowed by their presence when we accept them as necessary to our very existence. What is the message? The message for today is to grow in your recovery with equal parts of joy and despair. We cannot dwell in hard times, but we must deal with them in order to grow into our next phase of joy. For myself, I was not always able to experience joy because of the choices and the actions I was taking to self-sabotage. I believed that I was not worthy of happiness. I knew that the choices I was making in my life were wrong, but I had no clue how to change them, and I also had no desire to. I did not understand the effect my bad choices had on other people. When I was still sick and suffering, I became a very self-centered person, but at most times, I was completely unaware of what that even meant. I hurt people that meant the world to me, and I did not even blink an eye. I pushed people out of my life who only wanted the best for me. The problem was that I didn't want the best for myself. I didn't believe I deserved it. I spent many years of my life existing, but not living. I would see others experiencing joy and living what appeared to be a great life. I wanted that for myself, but I was completely unwilling to give up my lifestyle because to me, it was all that I had. It was all that I knew. And if I stripped it away, what would be left? I was always trying to come up with a way to where I could have both, a good life on my terms. I struggled with that idea for a long time. But as quickly as I would gain something, I would lose it. Then I would fall deeper into my own thinking and become lost from the world. I was creating my own despair, and I could not even see it. Complete devastation of my life is what brought me into recovery. I got down on my knees, and I prayed to a God that I had not even associated with in a very long time. I asked him to forgive me, and I begged him for help. I could not take life anymore. Every day was so painful. Every day was so lonely. Every day seemed hopeless. I became so willing to change that I would do anything. When I think back to that exact moment today, it brings me incredible joy. That exact moment, although I didn't know it then, was the moment that changed my life. My journey through recovery was painful. I had to deal with a ton of wreckage that I could not even imagine ever ending. I did not deal with it all at once. It was way too much. But day after day, one small piece at a time, I slowly began to rebuild my life, a better version of my life. Through that process, I began to achieve small victories. And with those victories, I also began to experience joy, a feeling I was completely unaware I could still experience. When the joy would fade away and the despair of my wreckage would sink in, I would get back to work on myself and feel peace within, knowing that if I continued to do the next right thing, I could experience that joy again. So what are my goals for today? My goals for today are to help others find joy the way that I found joy, to breathe hope into the ones who are not hopeless, to help others recover just as others helped me. Today, I will spread joy, and by spreading it, I have faith that it will come back to me. Please subscribe to this channel for your daily reflections. If this inspired you, let me know in the comments below by sharing what your goal is for today.